You can bet your bottom dollar. Great programming coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Stand by. Hold on. Talk at its finest, coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. In about 2 minutes, stand by. We know what guys are talking about. Stand by. A great show coming up next on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. In about 30 seconds. Stand by. Don't go away. Stop. If they're talking about it at the barbershop, we're talking about it here on SME. Great show coming up in about 30 seconds. Don't go away. Stand by. It's time. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Another great product on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yeah!
Po Politickin.com.
Yo, peace and love. It's homeboy Sandman, yo. Kicking it with Po, politicking with Po on Po Politickin. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it real at all times, peace and love.
Because it ain't easy, man. It may look glamour-like to you because you see me riding, you dig? Snake skin down to the floor, you dig? Hat and shoes to match, diamonds on fingers and watches on arms. I'm telling you, it might look easy, baby, but you're going to have to work from to get to this static, baby. See you at the top.
This what happened when I think about you. I get in my feelings, yeah. I start reminiscing, yeah. Next time around, fuck, I want it to be different, yeah. Waiting on a sign, guess it's time for a different prayer. Lord, please save her for me. Do this one favor for me. I had to change my play of ways, got way too complicated for me. I hope she's waiting for me. Everywhere she go, they playing my songs. That's why I say the things that I say that way. I know you can't ignore me, but yeah. So give me all of you in exchange for me. Just give me all of you in exchange for me. For me. Break it down.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Po Politickin.com. Now politicking with Po. What's up, baby? What's up? Miss you. How y'all been doing? How you living? I'm good. I like this right here. That's that Bryson Tiller exchange, but it's chopped up, not flopped up by the homie DJ Perkberry. So I like that I got off Spinderella. Let that ride a little bit. Ooh. All right, so make sure this is a special edition of PoPolitickin.com for the Doug Stewart Network on Spreaker.com. So shout out to all my homies on there. I see y'all doing y'all thing. Salute. What's up, Doug? We're doing our thing. And a little bit about Po Politickin before we get started. You know, Po Politickin is self-help, meets hip-hop, meets personal development. If you about waking up each day and making your life a little bit more better each day and just grinding and hustling and balling, shot calling, that's what Po Politickin about. No, but for real, you know, like I said, I like music and leadership, you know, coaching, inspiring people, trying to drop some jewels, you know, but at the same time, you like the music, you know, keep it a little street, mainstream. I don't like mainstream hip-hop that much, so I like to keep the underground popping. And then for myself, Po Politickin, Po, I'm a Marine. I was a Marine back in the day. Education-wise, I'm into psychology and business, working on MBA right now. Leadership, like I said, Marines, and I've been in management for a few years now. So that's me. Like I said, I like coaching, helping people, inspiring people. You know, that's all I'm about. So just try to let my light shine, and, you know, that's me. So make sure you check out PoPolitickin.com. That's the website. Subscribe to me on iTunes, Stitcher, Podmatic. Any place you listen to a podcast, you should be able to type in Po Politickin and subscribe to me. So, and you also hit me up, PoPolitickin at Gmail. Like I said, Facebook. Where else I'm at? Instagram, Twitter. So hit me up, man. Like, really, if you're really about entrepreneurship and business, and, you know, I was trying to see, I really don't have a lot of people. I need more people in my circle like that that's about business and hustling and, you know, grinding. So if you about that, hit me up. Say, what's up, man? That's network. That's what I'm about. Yeah. And also, like I said, go check my YouTube out, because I read a lot of books on personal development, and I leave reviews, make videos, quick videos about the book. And one book I want you to check out is called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And it's really good, and it's basically just talking about how your habits, your daily habits, and the slight edge basically teaching you. The slight edge is basically making better choices each day, and as that compound interest, it gives you the slight edge, and that's why some people succeed in life and other people don't. So check out that book, man. And like you know, I'm really big on personal development and stuff like that. So you got a book that you want to share with me, hit me up. So, all right. In today's show, like I said, this is a special edition of Po Politickin for Doug Stewart, and what I'm trying to do on the Doug Stewart Network, I'm trying to give y'all a best of series. So, you know, I interviewed a lot of people, you know, probably like 300 guests so far. So I'm just trying to give you the best of. So I really like this interview I did with Big Rapper Pooh from Lil Brother. You know, Lil Brother is one of the, you know, dope hip hop groups. So Big Rapper Pooh, you know, cool guy. So I want you to listen to this interview. And like I said, just make sure you hit me up, PoPolitickin.com, PoPolitickin at Gmail. I'm out here, man. So hit me up. We got some mixtapes coming out. You know, I got the shirts, some revolutionary tees I'm going to be selling soon. So check me out, PoPolitickin.com. I'll holla. Go on.
PoPolitickin.com.
Back to Po Politickin. I'm now politicking with Rapper Big Pooh. What's good, bro? How you doing?
What's good, man? I'm good. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing great. So as an icebreaker, I just want you to talk about some of your daily habits, things you do every day.
Things I do every day. I read sports articles. I try to have 3 meals a day. I try to write down a couple song ideas every day, hook ideas or something. And yeah, man, I try to pray every day as well.
Okay. And it's kind of like an oddball question, but I was just wondering, can you talk about how you came up with your name? Because it kind of got like an old school vibe to it. So I just want to know how you came up with it.
Oh, man, my name came in 2 parts. First, when I got to college in 1998, one of the resident assistants that I ended up hanging out with, his name was Rashawn Rucker. He actually worked at the Detroit Free Press now. He he always said I look like a black Winnie the Pooh. And so they started calling me Pooh Bear. And you know how black folk do. They don't like too many syllables. So Pooh Bear ended up breaking down to just Pooh. And then there was another Pooh on campus, so I ended up being Big Pooh. And then the rapper part came from Ninth Wonder. He used to always, whenever he saw me or whatever, like when we was out, that's how he used to address me. He'd be like, yo, rapper. Like, so that kind of came from him. And after time, I just started going by Rapper Big Pooh, and it just stuck. So I stayed with it.
Okay. I mean, you talking about, I know I was reading one of your interviews, you was talking about how you got started in music in 2001 with Lil Brother.
Yep.
All right, so...
I mean, I dabbled in music a little bit before that.
So when would you say the moment that you fell in love with music and you knew that's what you was going to do all the time, every time?
Well, I fell in music when I was younger. Didn't know this what I was going to do, you know, as a career until I got to college. That happened in 2001, but I fell in love with music when I was probably around 6, 7 years old. I always had a love for music, different types of music. It was just something about it. It just moved me, and so I always loved it. But it wasn't until I met, you know, Ninth, Tay, Doe, Sean Don, like them guys and a couple others that I really started to view music as something that I could do always and forever, and this is what I will pay my bills doing.
Okay. And then I noticed with your music, it just is like very passionate. Like I feel like I know you, like you talk about your life and what you're going through. So I just want you to talk about like how did you come with that? Because a lot of rappers I noticed they can't do that. They can't connect with the listener.
I mean, I think it's just something that's been natural, man. It go back to the music I grew up listening to. A lot of the music that I listened to when I was younger, and even still to this day, it's personal. It's real personal. It's personable from the point, like you said, where you listen to it and you feel like you're getting to know said artist a little bit better. You may not know them, but you feel like you know them.
Yeah.
And that's something that I always try to do, man. I tell people all the time, like the Andre 3000 line, I'm like you know what I'm saying? I just got more fans than the average man. But I'm still a person. I still experience highs, lows, successes, failures, love, hurt, like all those different things. I still experience them. And why not share that with people? Because at the end of the day, my story, even though it may not be exactly like someone else's, it's helping someone else explain their story to other people. It's helping someone else, figure out what it is that they've been doing all along that they didn't realize they were doing. So it can end up helping people along the way, and the only way you can get that or have that is to make personal records, and that's what I try to do. I don't give up my whole life. I don't tell everything about me, but I try to put a little bit of me or a lot of me in everything I do, and that's the connection I end up having with the people.
Yeah, you was talking about the music you listened to growing up. So who were some of your influences, or who are some of your influences?
Nas, Ice Cube, EPMD, Outkast, like all those guys, man. They did it big. They did it different. They were them. You didn't ever feel like anything was getting forced down your throat. You didn't ever feel like anything was contrived. And those are my biggest influences.
And how do you feel the games right now, like as far as the hip hop, the rap game? What's the current state? How do you feel about it?
Man, it's niche based, man. You know what I'm saying? It's niches all over, and people like to complain. They like to, say what they don't like. And I tell people all the time, we just had this, the big thing on Twitter, it started with Iggy Azalea and it turned into some whole other stuff. But, my stance all along has always been, why talk about and give energy to and shine light on things you don't like? Talk about what you like. Tell people what you like. because it's something out there for everybody. Of course, you know, you got some people who may not be that talented. They're going to have fans just like a talented person has fans. And I think a lot of times people forget that music is opinion-based. So we don't have to like the same thing. It's something out there for everybody. And, you know, if you claim to not like, you know, certain artists or certain records, then stop supporting them by listening to them and talking about them and sending people to it. Because it's enough good music out there for you. You know, it's enough of what you want out there for you. And, you know, that's kind of where I'm at with the music thing. You know, a lot of people like to put it on, oh, it's the record label fault or corporation fault or, oh, it's, you know, the artist's fault or, oh, it's the fans' fault. It's everybody's fault. You know, while music suffering, while people ain't buying records. It's all of our fault. So we all got a part to play into the demise of the music industry in some sort of way. So we all have to look in the mirror and figure out what we need to do to change it.
And then how do you feel, cause I saw this, I don't even know how true it is, but I saw this thing where they was talking about the streaming like Pandora or Spotify, and how artists don't make a lot of money off of it. But I think it's a good avenue to get your music heard. What's your opinion?
I'm on the fence about it, man. I think about it a lot, actually. I definitely don't like or don't appreciate the fact that, you know, they're making or they're worth, you know, millions and sometimes billions of dollars, but they're paying out fractions of a penny on the dollar to artists that's helping their site, you know, be what it is. On the other hand, I know for a fact that a lot of times, or sometimes, not a lot, but sometimes people are exposed to your music through these streaming sites where they might not have found out about you otherwise.
Right.
So it turning you on to new fans, but at the same time you want to be paid for your work that you don't put your blood, sweat, and tears and a lot of times your own money into. So it's one of them things where, you know, we got to figure out something. We got to figure out a better way or find a way to make this work so everybody gets their fair share. And that's all it's about, is being fair. And that's not what the music industry is. You know, the music industry, or capitalism, period, ain't about fair. It's about getting paid. But we need to find a way to make sure everybody gets something in their pocket. And you know, that's just kind of where I'm at with it. I mean, music, period, man. Like, you know, we fight it and we continuously fight it and fight it and fight it. But the fact of the matter is, man, you got to look at music. You got to look at your music, even though you don't work, you don't sweat, you know, bleed, all that, spent money. You got to look at that as a giveaway almost. And you got to find a way to sell yourself. And in selling yourself, you can sell everything. You can sell merchandise. You can have people come to your shows. You can do other type of fan experiences. But, you know, and it pains me to say, man, but this music is almost like your commercial now.
Yeah, but you was kind of you mentioned this earlier. You were saying how you don't want to put all yourself out there. So how do you find that balance where, you know, I guess you have to put yourself out there, but you can't go too far?
Nah, you can't never go too far, man. You got to always retain some type of privacy, but you do have to put yourself out there to an extent. You got to show that vulnerability. And that's being genuine. You know, like I applaud, you know, J. Cole for what he did, not, you know, his record, of course, but what he did for the record. He didn't have no big time singles. He didn't have any real promotion. His promotion was direct to fans. I'm going to come to your house. I'm going to play my record, my most personable record. I'm going, you know what I'm saying? So he did that, and the fans came out and supported. They came out and supported. 300 plus his first week. Yeah. That's big for somebody with no real marketing, no real nothing, just him giving up a piece of him. So it's a way to do it, man, and I'm not telling everybody to go the J. Cole route because it's not going to work for everybody, but it's a way to do it, man. You just got to find out what worked for you and to make it personable at the end of the day.
Okay. And then what are some of your interests and hobbies outside of making music when you ain't making music? What you like to do?
Sports, man. I'm a big sports buff. I love sports. I eat, breathe, sleep sports. And other than sports, man, I like cooking. Trying to get better. I mean, I cook a little, I burn a little bit, but trying to get better at that, man. And those are like my biggest two things I do outside of music. Other than that, music pretty much consumes a whole bunch of my time.
And what would you say 5 things that you can't live without? So we had sports
music
and cooking.
Sports, books, family, and shoot, well, it will be the 5th one. A kitchen.
Yeah, I want to ask you
like
too.
that.
Yeah, what kind of books you reading right now?
Right now, I'm actually reading Gil Scott-Heron's The Vulture. I read different things, man. I really my main reading is really a lot of biographies and autobiographies. I like to find out about people that interest me, but that's mainly what I read. But every once in a while, I step out and read, a little bit of fiction, like street novels. There's different types of things, but for the most part, I stick to biographies and autobiographies.
Yeah, that's crazy. I like just started doing that like a couple months ago because I was like, I'm just gonna read autobiographies because the same thing to study successful people that I like. And then, what do you think? Do you think? Because a lot of people, man, I try to put them on the reading, man. It's like you try to put them on to ancient science or something, man. Do you think reading is important, or is there other ways we can learn nowadays, or what?
Nah, man, reading is very important, man. That's crucial, man. Like, I tell people all the time that reading is not only it helps you expand your mind, man, and it helps you expand your thinking when you read, and you learn so much when you read, regardless of what you read. It improves your vocabulary, it improves a whole bunch of different things, man, and I just think it's very important. We done got to a point now where people don't like to read. They just, if I can't watch a little 3-4 minute video, then I don't want to check it. Like it's so crazy.
Yep.
And I watch people now. I'm the type of person, I pull up a sports article, right? And I can watch the little 3 minute clip that's going to tell me everything that's in this, that's been transcribed. But I'd rather read it than watch it, and that's just me. But most people would rather watch it than read it. And, I'm just one of them people. I just love to read stuff. I read the back of a Lysol can, like, just to read something. So, but reading is very, very important, though. It's very important, especially if you're a writer of any kind. Reading is very crucial.
And what are some of your current projects you got going on? I was looking at, actually on Spotify, I saw that you just came out with, I want to say Holiday Jukin'.
Yeah, Holiday Jukin'. That was me and my guy, Black Soul singer out of Tacoma, Washington. We just sat down, man. We wanted to do something for the holidays. We had a full-blown plan, but it didn't end up happening, so we at least wanted to give the people something, just to jam to for the holidays. So we did the EP Holiday Jukin' with my man DJ Cosmos out of Houston. And next up, man, I just got a couple projects coming this year. I got Words Paint Pictures, EP produced entirely by Apollo Brown out of Detroit. And then finally, the long-awaited Home Sweet Home album with myself and Not will be coming this year. And then hopefully I have another surprise for the people, man. Maybe another holiday album at the end of the year, but something else before that. I'm coming up on celebrating 10 years of my first solo album, Sleeper, so I'm trying to do something special for that.
Okay. And then let's say, just hypothetically, because, I mean, somebody, they never heard of you, they sleeping, but hypothetically, let's say they never heard of you, and, like, where should they start with your music? Like, should they just start from the beginning, or they should be like, hey, start at this album, then go here, or should they just start at the beginning and go to the current time?
Go back to the beginning, man. I start at the foundation, and go and travel along with me. Take the journey with me. So I always point people back to Sleepers, because that's the foundation of me finding myself. Even though I was part of a group in Little Brother and we made some phenomenal records, I think me really finding myself as an artist and kind of as a man was my first solo album, Sleepers. So I would suggest people go back, pick up Sleepers. And you got Sleepers, you got Sleepers Narcoleptic with the Leftovers. You have Delightful Bars, 2 versions of that's available. You have Fat Boy Fresh. I have 4 volumes of Fat Boy Fresh, and then you have Dirty Pretty Things, another album I put out. So it's tons of material. You can sift through it for days. Start at the beginning, start at the foundation, and I think, you know, as you travel with me, you'll kind of understand where I've been going musically and as a man.
And then, what would you say your proudest accomplishment of your career so far?
It probably was completing Dirty Pretty Thing. That record came after, you know, a few failed attempts at starting it. It came after the ending of Little Brother, and it was just me and my man Sean Don pretty much just sitting in the studio for a few months and, you know, just building, man. And that's one of them albums that I was just proud to finally get it the way I heard it in my head and deliver it to the people. And I think it was a phenomenal project, and that's probably one of my proudest moments.
Okay.
If not, well, the proudest moment is probably Sleepers, completing that. But one of my proudest, the second proudest moment is probably Dirty Pretty Things. That album means a lot to me.
And then you were saying you started in college. So what are some techniques and tools you use to stay focused and motivated so far in your career?
In my career, man, like I said, I try to do something every day, whether that's write down the idea, write down music, whatever it is. I try to write down something every day, just an idea of something I can come back and build upon. I try to, I look at albums as a game tape for me. I go back and I review them as I'm, in the process of making them, and even when I finish, and I use that as finding ways. It's a tool for me to get better. So I pick out certain things, and I try to improve on them the next go-around. Read, like we talked about earlier. I read. That helps you, learn vocabulary. It helps you learn about different things. It helps expand your imagination and your, a whole bunch, just your thinking, your analytical and critical thinking. And I try not to, even though I still listen to music, when I'm in creating mode, like when I'm focused on doing a project, I really don't listen to too much music. I try to stay away from, listen to a lot of music, because whether we know it or not, subconsciously, we are influenced by things we listen to. So if I'm listening to a whole bunch of, let's say, Kendrick Lamar, and I'm trying to work on my project at the same time, I'm going to end up doing things subconsciously that I hear Kendrick doing because I'm so in love with the project, and now I'm starting to sound or mimic certain things he's doing, which made his project special, and I don't want to do that. So I try to, when I'm in go mode with a project, I limit what I'm listening to a lot, just so I can focus on putting all of me into a project and not putting somebody else into it. So those are a few things that I definitely do. Definitely has helped me to become a better artist.
And what would you tell anybody that's trying to get in the game right now? They want to be a MC. What would you tell them?
If you don't love it, go find something else to do. That's first and foremost, man. Everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people try to get in it for the quick buck. They think it's a lottery ticket, and they find out otherwise. The music industry will break you. But if you genuinely trying to get in it, man, I tell anybody to find out who you are, and once you find out who you are, find your lane and stay in it. You know, it's easy to go and sound like somebody else just because they got the hot record out right now, but that's not genuine. When you're genuine, people notice it. And you'll end up having a career and not just a few songs, maybe a hit song or two. You'll end up developing a career, and you'll be able to do this for a long time. So, you know, definitely find out who you are.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you talk about that? Like, how can they find out who they are? Like, what are some ways they can do that?
I mean, just experimenting with different things. And you know, everything you record doesn't have to be released to the people. That's the thing that a lot of cats get confused. Like, I got stuff that will probably never be released to the people, but it's all about me trying to find out, you know, what I want to do. In the beginning, it was trying to figure out who I was as an artist. So I would try different things. I would try different styles. I would try different, you know, production. I would try, you know, talking about different things. And it took me a while to really get comfortable with who I was as an artist. And part of that was finding out who I was as a man. So, you know, it's going to take some experimenting, but you ain't got to release them experiments to the people. And it may take a while. Sometimes people get it quickly, sometimes people don't. But it's all about, you know, experimenting, you know, in the beginning. And that's what I would say probably was the biggest thing with me finding out who I was as an artist. Because, like, even, you know, today, I think one of the problems, I always think about one of the problems that may have slowed me down as a solo artist was when people first heard me, they heard me as part of Little Brother. And we had a distinct sound when we first came out. So as I began to grow as an artist on my own, that sound that they heard, you know, when we came out as Little Brother was not the sound that I was going towards. I liked a different sound. And that was part of me finding myself. So now, it took a while for people to get comfortable with hearing me over different types of production because they were so accustomed to hearing me over one production, but that was me finding myself. And it took me a while. Like, it didn't happen overnight, you know what I'm saying? And it's not going to happen overnight for a lot of people, but you got to experiment. And as long as you help the experimentation, you know, not necessarily imitation, but experimentation. As long as it's healthy experimentation, you know, you'll end up finding yourself and finding what you want to do and finding your lane and pushing forward. And then after that, it's all about perfecting your craft. And that's a never-ending chase. Perfection is always a never-ending chase. So, you know, as long as you're constantly trying to perfect your craft and, you know, improve on where you're not as strong at, then you'll be all right. You'll be good to go.
And what would you like to say to your fans and your supporters?
Man, definitely just thank y'all for sticking it out with me, man. Whether you started rocking with me in 2002 or you started rocking with me yesterday. You know, I thank y'all and I appreciate y'all. You know, definitely y'all help me, you know, keep going. On some days when I don't feel like going anymore, y'all definitely help me keep going. And, you know, just hope y'all continue to enjoy the ride. And I got a whole bunch of music coming 2015. I know I've been a little quiet last year, but I got a whole bunch of music coming 2015, man. And let's go get it, man. Let's show the world that there's still a lot of good music out here.
Yeah, and I noticed you got like a diverse fan base too, because who put me on to you back in the day was this Mexican girl out here in Cali. So I know it's like everybody like you, man. Everybody like your style and stuff.
Yeah, man, you gotta give. Like I said, when you're personable and you speak to a level with people, man, then you know that's when you end up getting, you know, all types of diverse people that's attracted to you because you got something in there for everybody. I don't care if you know, the hard rock or on the corner or the school nerd or, you know, whatever it is, like, it's something in there for everybody. You know what I mean? Everybody experience life, and that's all this is life. It's me giving you some life, a little bit of my life experiences. And so, you know, something in there for everybody, man. And that's the beautiful thing is, like, you know, when I do shows and I see all types of people in there, that's beautiful to me. You know, that's people, because even though we all different, we all the same at the end of the day. So, like, let's celebrate it. You know what I'm saying? Let's celebrate each other, and that's all it's about.
All right, man, I want to say thank you for coming through politicking with me.
Oh, man, thanks for having me, man, and definitely happy birthday, man. Wanted to make sure, I know I told you, you know, off air, but I wanted to make sure I told you on air as well so the people know. I know. You know what I mean? Happy birthday.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. I say, is there anything we didn't cover that you like to get out?
Nah, man, you know, you did good, man. Like I said, I like to let people, you know, that's interviewing direct where we gonna go. You know, I'm in the passenger seat for this one, and, you know, definitely, you know, we touched on a lot of things, so I think we good.
Where can they follow, like, your social media and, social media and everything?
Everything is Rapper Big Pooh. That's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that is Rapper Big Pooh, all spelled out correctly. RAPPERBIGPOOH for all of the social networks. Come check me out, man. I'm engaging. I talk to people, you know what I'm saying? I ain't too high and mighty to not have a conversation with anybody, and you know, I try to keep it fun, keep it light, and, you know, have a good time. That's what it's supposed to be. That's what social media is supposed to be, so that's what I try to do.
Po Politickin.com.
Yo, check it out. This Rapper Big Pooh, and right now, we on Po Politickin Radio. You already know what it is. Let's go!
Will they still love ya? When you far from the summer, piling up to build your day. Will they see you on take the cover as you walking in the rain? Seize the moment. Opportunity waits you, never let it pass you by. Consequences come plenty, chances not many, but baby you were born to shine. Take a look at my life, you will see there is more than what happens online. It's a sign of the times. When that is enough to feel, you know, my strides. Stay prayed up the Most High. As my destiny written, my stars will align, and no hate can withhold me. My faith is divine. You will see. Who's lay low in the winter? Just a ride in the summer. Sun so warm, but the streets so cold. Ain't no love in my city. What my eyes have seen. Oh, Lord.
Flying high 30,000 feet. Feeling a little awkward in my seat. Hope the lady next to me don't speak. I need sleep. Distant memories begin to creep in. Remember that weekend? Your body felt a little weakened. Then your inner voice started speaking. 4 long days in the haze, you amazed you barely made it. There's a thin line between life and death that you skating. Like getting rushed to the emergency. Somewhere in the northeast and you need attention urgently. The jaws of life prime me from the wreckage. Popping Percocets on stage, we want in seconds. Or maybe there's a lack in communication that then leads to the frustration. We want it now, niggas ain't patient. Long couch feeling like a patient who won't say shit. Ship sinking, heavy drinking. Fuck rap when your life spiraling out of control. But all they wanna know is when that new shit coming. Standing on stage by myself, heart drumming. Pour your soul out, they ain't coming. Step outside box, they go running. I'm giving up a piece of me. Open up for a piece to see. It's all peace when you finally free.
Who's lay low in the winter? Just a ride in the summer. Sun so warm, but the streets so cold. Ain't no love in my city. If you seen what my eyes have seen. Oh, Lord.
vehicle, not a drop of white in it. Personal license plate, so they know it ain't rented. Cruising by the cruiser, so they got to see who in it. A young black male with the intent to sell. Happy through the speakers, bump a little bit for real. Go easy on the gas, cause these cops now a shell. 5 miles later, there's another on the trail. A nigga sweating bullets like he moving by the scale. Lights flash, and life does too. Make a decision, what the fuck you supposed to do when the law's in the rear view to serve no protection. Firing shots off, no discretion. First impression can be your last one. You visualize when you pass some. We know the stories and the scene is a continuation. Quiet street to enforces this extermination. Through your mind runs the situation. Mike shot with his hands held high, and John got killed because of a damn lie. Kashim killed blocks away from where Big Mike died. Oscar got shot with his hands cuffed behind. Sean killed the night before his wedding, that was tough. Diallo shot at 41 times, these cops are nuts. Victor shot handcuffed in the cop car. They ruled it suicide, so tell me I'm not far from being off when I'm thinking just to run. It don't matter that I'm innocent when they pointing the guns. My life is in the balance, and I was never trained for this challenge. So to me, that's a lose-lose. This ain't the way we tryna make it on the news. Mama hearing stories about a baby that ain't true. Slander in the first, dehumanized before you even lower it in the dirt. Shot it 9 times and you was just leaving work. Now who afraid of whom? Cops drawing guns on black males like high noon. Guilty, I assume what they thinking, cause I look like one of them guys featured in they book. They ask me where I'm going, state the violation. Right on red light, what's my occupation? License and registration. Tell me where you coming from. I search your car, any drugs, any guns? That's only if you plan it, I responded with a smirk. He shot a look back, my response was knee-jerk. Let off with a warning, considered myself blessed. Only if you alive can understand that distress.
And they say sometimes that everybody gets lucky.